Yo, it's good.
Welcome to LA.
hmm
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pakistan.
Cool. How are things over there?
Wait, it's actually raining. So it's it's been raining for like 2 days.
Oh yeah,
So it's
what?
just the weather's nice.
That's cool.
hmm
Excited for the new school year.
Wait, my college just started. So
How
uh,
how was your first day back?
my first day was good, but like ever since then, it's actually been alright because we've been bombarded with assignments. So
Oh yeah.
it's been a
Uh,
week. Yeah.
what are your classes like? Is this second year CS?
It's second year CS. We got data structures. We got discrete. We got Cole assembly language.
Assembly
We got,
language.
yeah. We got linear algebra. What else? Yeah, that's it.
What is discrete?
Discrete is like wait, it's similar to mathematics.
Uh huh.
It, discrete, you don't know what discrete is?
I never had that course.
Oh,
It's like
yeah, it's actually mathematics.
it's like logic.
Yeah.
It's like graphs logic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool. The discrete math. I hear about it all
Mm.
the time, but I never had that as a course.
Okay. Our classes just started, so it's new to me
Graph-theory
as well.
logic, numeration, combinatorics. Oh yeah, come on. It's a bunch of.
hmm
I think there's a bunch of fun stuff. And then assembly language, you're gonna have to teach me
Me?
when you finish.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
That'll be fun. No, because I never
Wait,
had a reason to do assembly, right?
okay. I have a reason to pass the course, so yeah, I got my reasons.
All right. So let me show you what we are going to be building with today.
hmm
Um, just go to the website, sandbox.gateway.dev, and then share your screen.
Sure.
It'll be it'll be more awkward if you use it, but that's good. You know, then
Yeah, I don't mind.
we'll figure out where the rough edges are.
Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see this. Maybe like this. Can you make your screen? Can you make your window a little narrower? Actually, can you,
Mm,
can you make the window?
does that
No,
help?
no. Actually, the dimensions of the window. Can you change that, or are you in full screen?
Yeah, I'm already in full screen, so
I mean, the window
wait,
is in.
why does it look like that? Yeah.
No, it just looks like a. No, it just looks like a
yeah.
box.
Let me try.
For some reason, every time I try and explain this to people, it's confusing. All I mean is to drag the corner of the window and change it
hmm
so that the window is less wide. That's all.
Uh,
You need to change the.
wait, let me just stream the whole screen. It will be better. Is that better?
Sure. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that might be better actually because you might be using uh, ChatGPT as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's just forget for now that you tried this before.
hmm
Um, and
Yeah,
you
I
can
haven't
make
really tried it. It was just like I was just looking around.
you can
I
make the
didn't
text
really.
you can make the text a little bit bigger for my
Yeah,
old eyes.
yeah,
Perfect.
sure. I got you.
And yeah, I'm not a big dark brown guy, but
hmm
so um, yeah, you know the basics of what this is.
Yeah.
It's an online editor like Replit that we want
hmm
to use as a platform for AI coding tools. Um, if you go to new project, then you see that there are four templates.
hmm
And this screen is a little bit clipped because of the because of the font size. But anyways, you see that you have React JavaScript, HTML JavaScript, Next.js, and Streamlit.
Yep.
Yeah. So and you can click hide on that little window on the bottom.
Yeah, I
Hello.
got you.
Cool.
So What are we building? React, Next.js.
Yeah. So which one appeals? Which of these appeals to you the most?
Oh, yeah, we could go with Next.js.
Yeah, let's try it. That's probably the most complex one.
Yeah,
Um,
I know, but like, yeah, that's more complex. Let's just go with HTML
really?
then.
No, it's fine. We should try it. If Next.js, what do you? I mean, if that's something you want to build with, that's actually what you want to build with, isn't it? Next.js,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
What kind of ideas do you have? Any like projects or stuff that you've been building recently with Next.js?
With Next.js, I've been using Next.js with like the Head Started Fellowship program that I told you about. But like, since I'm new to the whole web dev thingy, I've been using Cursor the whole time. And
Oh, good, good, good. So then you
yeah,
have a really good background for knowing like what's useful in an editor.
um, yeah, I have an idea because I use AI to build the whole thing. Uh, because I'm like I just started Next.js like 2 weeks ago, so I don't really know it. I don't really know the details of it. It's just me experimenting with AI.
Let's try and make a project with Next.js and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, right now it doesn't allow spaces in the type,
Okay. Yeah,
but
we
I
can
think
go with.
you can add a space after you create it. I don't know. It's just a weirdness. So so we have a bunch of bugs, but I don't know if we'll just see if we run into them.
Yeah.
So um, try to click try to click run at the top, and this takes a couple of minutes because node the node modules folder doesn't exist at the beginning.
Mhm.
Um, so that'll just take a minute. But then we can kind of look through the source code. So are you familiar with the setup of like a Next.js project much?
I mean, yeah, to some extent, we got pages, we got index.tsx. Uh, Currently we only have the boilerplate, and we got styles. Uh, that's how modules CSS, and yeah, we got packages. What else?
Yeah. So I see a ton of red underline in this. I think that's because scroll up.
Sure.
Actually, I'm not sure why. What happens if you hover over the red underline text? Is anything?
Cannot find module
Oh, maybe that will go away after this.
after it's done. Hey, we got
Oh
something.
wow.
Yeah, we got an error.
What do we get?
Command failed with execo one.
What happens if you scroll up a little?
Error could not find production build
Oh, I
in
know why this
.NET.
is. This is actually a really really simple fix.
Okay.
Yes. Scroll down to the bottom now,
Mm-hmm.
and then here type yarn dev.
You're on dev.
Yeah. So we had before the bug was that the run button was running yarn start,
Mm-hmm.
but it should be running yarn dev. Do you know the difference between the two?
No, I don't. I don't really.
So yeah, so yarn start,
Mm-hmm.
you run after running yarn build. So
Oh, okay.
that's like when you want to deploy something,
Mm-hmm.
you run yarn build, and then it takes all of your TypeScript files and then compiles those into JavaScript. And
Right.
then you have like it's similar to like compilation process for a desktop application.
Right.
But yarn dev, um, it doesn't do that. It just live loads all the TypeScript as you're editing it. So yarn dev is used for live reloads during development,
Oh, okay.
but you don't want
It's
to
a,
use
it's mm-hmm.
you
It's
don't
like
want
the
to.
direct preview.
It's like what?
It's like it's live, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
live,
the changes I make. Okay.
but you don't want to use dev for production ever because of basically because of performance issues.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, yeah,
you
we got the preview
yeah, so you can copy that link there and
URL.
open a new tab, and it should open here. Now, important thing to realize is that once you close the sandbox, don't close it now, but if you would close the sandbox, then this
Mm-hmm.
preview would die, like it will stop
Right.
working. So this isn't like a production. Um,
Okay.
but if you go back to the sandbox, we actually do have a deploy feature, so that when you
Yeah,
so that when your project is finished, you can just actually deploy it, and then it will be there. It'll be up on the internet.
that's cool. I love how everything is on the same page. So
You
you
like
don't
that?
really have to. Yeah, yeah, I love it.
When you're using cursor, how do you get accomplish the same thing?
Wait, I use cursor like to run localhost,
Hmm.
and well, what this would actually help with is because I work with teammates, right? So
Hmm.
uh, but I can like update them and share the deploy it public link with them so they can have a look while we're
Right.
working on it. Yeah, that would be cool.
If you were making a Next.js app in cursor and then you wanted to share it with teammates, what would you do?
Oh, I would actually use. Wait, do you know an Rock?
Uh, ngrok.
Yeah,
Yeah. What does that do?
yeah.
Actually,
It actually hosts a public site. Uh, it's actually also hosted runtime. So if you
it
close
doesn't do
the,
nginx or nginx the web server. Is it similar?
I haven't. I'm not sure because I have only used Rock.
Uh-huh.
I started using Rock when remember when we had the hackathon
Uh-huh.
and I was trying to deploy the Flask app to show you
Oh.
guys. Yeah, that's when I used Rock.
Oh, interesting. So you would actually run it as a local server, but then um, you would create a forwarding address so that people
Yep.
could access your laptop.
Yes.
Okay. And I guess another way to that you could do it, you could deploy to like Vercel or Railway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you actually find it easier to use ngrok or ngrok or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've been using, but we can also use Vercel. But it's because I personally like to work locally, and and then share with them. It's much quicker for me than deploying on Vercel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's
Also, because we make like lots of changes during the during the project. So Vercel actually doesn't allow. I think they have like limit of 300 bills. So if you keep
oh,
making changes, so yeah, it'll actually run out for the free trial.
right. I didn't know that they had 300 builds. Another
Yeah.
also had a couple other issues with Vercel where something worked perfectly on localhost and then it didn't work on Vercel.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I've been seeing those a lot too.
I can think of two small. I mean, they might be small or big depending on your project, but two things, two times when that happens, two different cases. So this is interesting that it's all red underlined.
Yeah, even
What
after we compiled it,
what happens if you just close this file and open it again? The index.tsx.
still the same.
That's super interesting. So, hmm, let's look at next config. Okay, that's not a thing. What about nextenv.d.ts? This file should not be edited. Okay, great. Um, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have a look into seeing why that is, because obviously you want to have the. It's nice to have the underlines working properly.
Hmm.
Cool. So yeah, tell me more about how you've used Next.js so far.
Wait, sorry.
Tell me more about like how you've used Next.js so far and what kind of projects you
Oh,
you like to build. You're building.
wait, it's more use of APIs.
Hmm.
Uh, we recently built like this chatbot for for like business customization, because if you like want your customer support chatbot, you could uh, you could actually give it details about your business and also share like relevant Excel or PDFs to make a personalized customer support chatbot.
Oh, okay.
That's what we
So,
made recently. Yeah.
so you and how did you do that? Did you start with like a template file? Uh,
Uh, yeah. So the interesting thing is I use MUI.
Here, I'll go back to the. You can open the chat the video stream screen again. I'll just go back to this for a second.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can so you don't have to stare at the editor. You can access it. Um. So. Um. Yeah. So yeah, tell me how you made that.
So we used MUI.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told you, I was new to Next.js, so I was experimenting with cursor. I showed like basic design styles, and then it actually pick it up from previous design styles to construct something new. So that's what I usually that's what I worked with. We used MUI.
Design styles, you said.
Yeah, like I showed because we can also show images, right? So I was showing some inspiration UI styles, which it actually grasped and
So
used it.
so what code did you write yourself, and then what stuff did you like were you able to copy from somewhere online?
I wrote the APIs calling the
Hmm.
JS files myself, but like the front end part, it was like completely AI.
Okay, and did the AI start from what did you start from?
I actually I started from scratch, like built pages and stuff, and asked AI the whole time.
So then did you use like create next app?
Yeah, yeah, NGX create.
You,
We had the
so
basic
you
template for
npx create next app, then you open it in cursor, and then you like
yep
step by step added.
pages and yeah.
That's pretty okay. Um, did you look into any templates at all?
Wait, for the templates thingy, it's actually the other project we tried working with. We use wait, you must have heard of it. It was Eccentricity UI. They have like really good components
Yeah.
to choose from.
Wait, a is it Ace Eternity?
Yeah, something like yeah, something like that.
I follow this guy on Twitter, and his stuff is here. I'll share it, and his stuff is insane. This
Yeah, but the components look so clean.
like it's
Yeah.
it's so clean. So what's the business model here? Oh, okay, wow. So it's just like so
Yeah.
it's really free, MIT
Mhm.
license, and then he just sort of does this design service on the side,
Yep.
which is really nice because it means that um, most people can use all these kind of scripts. Yeah, um, and his Twitter is like, what's his Twitter? It's really good. Um, cool.
Yep.
So, did you look at these templates?
These are like the pro templates, right?
Oh,
Paid
these ones you
ones.
have to pay for. Okay, so
Uh,
there's no free templates.
mm-hmm. But like components are free.
This is free. Interesting. Okay, cool. Um, so when you're using Cursor, of course, Cursor doesn't know the about those components, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to. How do you know if you're going to prompt Cursor if you're going to copy and paste something in?
I mean, I just explained the whole situation
Yeah.
to the model, and then I actually drop down the components. Also, they also take image input, so it's it's like easier to explain it, and it integrates with the whole code base, so it knows what's up, and where we can use it.
That's pretty cool, actually. So, wow, that's cool. Yeah, maybe we should do that sometime with Cursor, and we should build something
Yeah, that would be fun.
that way. Um, what kind of thing do you want to build next?
Next, uh, I
Or
have like
now? Yeah.
uh, most of the ideas that I have like are will take like loads of time. Um,
Okay.
but
Well, what are you
yeah,
most excited about?
what am I most excited about, bro? This is like uh, I'm working on a project with my college friends.
Hmm.
It's about we're gonna use RNNs and uh, to actually predict Bitcoin prices based off fear indexes, lots of factors, and then like compile everything into a single thing, and then yeah, that's the goal.
Gonna beat the market.
Yeah, hopefully.
Never invest more than you can afford.
Yeah, that's the only working life.
So cool. But is that gonna be like a full stack application? That sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah,
something you do also as like a Python script as well.
yeah. We're currently working on the Python script, and then we'll actually make it full stack using graphs and stuff.
Hmm. So if you go back to the sandbox, if you'll share your screen again,
Sure.
one of the things that you can do with this is, yeah, is we can actually, if you go back to the main page, to the dashboard, yeah, we just click on the top left, at the top left button. Yeah,
Okay.
is that confusing what that button does?
Yeah, it is confusing.
Okay, yeah, that's good to
It looks like a
know.
logo.
If you make a new project,
Hmm.
so you could do Streamlit, for example,
Sure.
and
Hmm.
yeah, and so just put in a name, um, and this will create a Python project.
Oh, interesting.
Here, if you click run, it should work fine. Um, so that's gonna run a Streamlit app. But what we could also do is this could also just be a Python script as well
Right.
for your trade for your Bitcoin trader.
Hmm.
Do you think it would it need a web interface, or would you rather have a CLI, a command line interface?
I think we were supposed to have a web-based interface so like more people could access it
Hmm.
to make it more accessible. So,
Yeah. So like here we could also do both
right.
here. So you could have like a Python script, and if you create if actually let's just do that. Let's just make a new file here in the left and
Hmm.
just call it, I don't know, script.py. Also, if you, oh yeah, it looks like the previews were, oh, it's
Yeah,
in
it's
dark mode on your screen.
yeah, it's dark mode, of course.
So one question I have is like if this um, is if this if you go back to the dashboard, sorry, to the not the dashboard, but just this editor, if like this is gonna be annoying for people to use because the preview is so small.
Yeah, true.
But if you have a large screen, I suppose it would be fine. Yeah. What? Anyways, you said you do like the preview like this, right?
Yeah, I do like it.
Okay. Cool. Um. So yeah, now if you go to the bottom, there's like this AI thing you can turn on. The bottom left. Yeah.
Sir.
If you do, I think Control G,
Yep.
it should come up. So now you can say, I don't know, you can just like say write a Python script to fetch the price of Bitcoin. Let's try that. Let's try it. And this is using.
It it said import request.
Oh wait, keep scrolling. Scroll down. Is there something more?
Oh,
Try generate again.
nah.
This is this is just hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Can we close this?
Should we try again?
Yeah, I can close it. Try it again.
You reached the maximum generations.
Oh no. Maybe that's why. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna. It goes to like 10, right? We're gonna.
Sorry, what?
I think if you click on your avatar in the top right here. Okay, yeah. We're gonna up that to like 1,000.
All right,
It's Llama 3. It's
let's go.
so so that's fine. But okay. Maybe so we could just go to like ChatGPT in another window. Now
Yeah,
make
sure.
sure we don't have anything embarrassing on the left hand side bar.
Um, that's too late.
Right.
Yeah, we're
anything else
good.
anything else you want to delete before we start?
Um,
Because
no, no, we're good. We're good.
so now just yeah, now we could just ask ChatGPT to make a Python script that checks the price of Bitcoin. Yeah. Um,
Wait, what is it using?
mhm.
CoinGecko.
And I think this API is one of the few APIs that ChatGPT uses that still actually works. I
Oh, really?
think it does. Um, or was it the Binance one? I can't remember. So
Oh,
yeah, try
yeah.
try to save this, and then in a new. Did it save? Okay, yeah, and then a new terminal. Make like a new terminal window, and then do just type Python script.py.
6160. Wait, is that? Oh, yeah, it's right. I did check it.
Okay, so you could so yeah, you can obviously run normal Python scripts as well.
That's
Um,
cool.
in this, and then I guess what you could do is you could have like this script could be like the main logic of your trading algorithm, and then from your main.py you could import that one, right? And then you could also reuse it um, in your application.
Yep.
Or if it's more complex, you might need to have like a background process running, possibly. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like so if we would um, actually we could try this. Um, how do we in Python? So let's go back to ChatGPT, and then let's do like let's ask it to break this up um, and add a function that can be imported from other scripts to get the
Gotcha.
price of Bitcoin as an integer. So what I'm thinking is then we can import it from right. Okay, cool.
We can get that.
Yeah, so that one we can. Yeah, cool. So that one we can replace the script. We can replace the script.py with this one. And save it and try and run it again. Make sure that it still works.
Yes.
Now what I would do is I would actually go to main.py,
Mm-hmm.
and I would copy and paste this into ChatGPT.
Um, this one,
No, the main. No, no, the other way around. So I would go to Sandbox, take
right?
this, copy and paste this into
Oh,
ChatGPT,
okay, yeah, yeah.
and then say update this to
To
show that.
use.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, let's try that. Let's save it. And now one thing has to be changed is the module name.
Oh yeah, it has to be script up here.
Yes,
Where is it?
you see where we have that? Yeah, exactly.
We just make it script, right?
Uh-huh. It should. Oh, yeah,
Sweet.
sweet. So that's one way that you could have an application which you can run, and obviously it still works on the command line as well. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's one way that you could make a Python script that's also a web app.
Yep.
And when you deploy it, of course, people will be able to use it even when you're not working on it. Um, of course, there's like if you're making a trading, shall we call it a trading bot? What should we call it?
We should call it, yeah, trading bot. Yeah, we could call that.
Because how are you thinking of using this? Like, is it gonna like
It would just display information. You don't really have anything else to do with it. It would
oh,
just
okay.
display a graph, which would show potential predictions in in like a graphical interface along with tables and stuff.
So you said you're gonna have an RNN, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the RNN takes some time. Will take some time to train, right?
True. Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it would take to run the prediction on the RNN?
Like, I think like you're asking like how long will it take for us to build a whole model?
No, I'm thinking more like so you have an RNN, and the RNN basically will say stuff like it's basically predicting a
Mhm.
price, right? The RNN, right?
Yep, yep.
So basically, you're going to on your web app, you're going to have like the current information, past information about Bitcoin, and then you're also going to have like future projections, right?
Yep.
So my question is, assuming that your RNN is working great, um, how long would it take to generate the projection? Do you think it's going to be less than a second or more than a second?
We could just because we're using like lots of vectors.
Hmm.
I think it'll actually take time. It
Yeah,
should take. Yeah.
and that's potentially an issue for what we've created now, because it means that if we will run that RNN every time someone loads the page, right, it's going to
Yeah.
take who knows how long to load the page, right?
Right.
So then we'll
It has
actually,
to run background. Yeah.
yeah, then we need to think of something else. Um, so yeah, and one of the downsides of so so what we could have, a really simple thing we could have is you could have something like really simple like script.py. We could have that write the price. In this case, it's the price, but assume it's projection or something. We could have it write that to a file, right?
Yeah.
And then we could have main.py read that from a file, right?
Like the results that we got from the
The
model.
projection, right? But do you think the projection is the web app going to allow the user to run a projection, or is that something that's going to be like, does that depend on input that comes in from the app? You see what I'm saying? Or is that completely independent and it just can run on its own every 10 minutes?
It's independent.
Okay. So there's no way to change the results of the projection based on sliders or checkboxes in the web app.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So then it could just be, an automated task. Um, and we haven't exact. So I haven't thought how one would do this. Have you thought of using Sandbox? But it's definitely doable. Have you thought about doing anything like that before, where like you have a web app and then you have a background task? Have you ever done that?
Mm-mm. I haven't tried doing something similar to that because we're actually focusing on just this script for now,
Mhm.
and then we'll be deciding how to leverage it to use it in a web app later.
Yeah.
So it's
So
not really on the table right now.
okay. So then we could really just make this script, and then when you want to make the web app, you can literally just write the output of a script to a file, and it's like that's like a really simple way to do it. Cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to use Colab to train the RNN?
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. Cool. Um, I suppose Colab would be just as good as this then, actually.
Yeah. True. Because we could also try running it locally. Because uh, I can use my GPU too to run it.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. I suppose this is not really this sandbox is not really any better than Colab, unless you are making a web app,
Yeah.
because Colab
Exactly.
is so good. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any advantage. Well, it's free, but I don't know what the we could actually do a we could try a performance comparison between the two. I think
Oh yeah. That would be great.
I think that would be interesting, but I think Collab is still really generous on that fee tier.
True.
Um, cool. Want to go back to the Next.js one?
Yeah. Sure.
So as far as like Next.js, is there, um, yeah, what kind of projects are you thinking about? Or are you thinking about any projects currently?
Not really. Not on Next.js. Not
Mm,
at the moment. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think what I've made with Next.js. Pretty much every web app right now that I want to have stuff like that I want to have like backend stuff like database, subscriptions, user, even user sign in. Oh, hey, we have a GM.
Right. Clerk is nice for auth.
Yeah. Here. Check out my screen for a sec.
Sure.
So So this is the list of here. Yeah, so this is the list of templates. Oh, lost him. Let's see. Yo, GM, how's it going? And he's
Bye.
back.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I was just gonna say like I use Next.js for basically anything SaaS related,
Right.
because it's really easy to host, and you can host it for free on Vercel. Um, it's fast. Uh, so this one, this one,
These were actually pretty good templates.
and this one. These ones are. I would probably use one of those three,
Right.
but because I don't, because I'm not really big on Superbase these days. Um, I'm more about having my own having my own authentication,
Right.
or rolling my own authentication. Um, which ones of these did you like?
Wait. I have to take a look again. But
they're all
Yeah,
very very similar, which is why I made this.
yeah,
Why I made this guide. You know,
yeah. But the Stripe API one was nice because I used Stripe recently.
was it this one?
Yeah, yeah, this one.
Yeah. So this one looks really cool. I actually haven't used Bun,
Hmm.
but it's yeah. I don't think that should be an issue.
Right.
Um, and if we just look up the, I'll show you the demo. I'll show you the demo of it. Let's see, SAS. So this is, I think this is made by someone in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to follow the Chinese accounts on GitHub because once in a while you look over and they're doing something that's like way
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Bro, they're all over the GitHub Explorer.
Once you, yeah,
Yeah.
you look away for like 10 minutes and then someone in China has made something that's like way way ahead of what we were working on. So,
True.
um, like a friend of mine, he's made a startup which is basically Airtable, an open source Airtable. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, it's a Chinese startup, and they're just casually doing that.
Wow.
So let's see. So this I can tell right away that the design is going to be the design sense is pretty good. They have a demo. This is the demo already,
Right.
um, and I like that in the demo they already give you a whole variety of UI
Hmm.
options. They show you this is getting saved to the Postgres Postgres database,
Hmm.
and it uses Nextauth, so you don't have to worry about integrating with another
Odd.
author.
Yeah.
You do that does mean you do need to individually like get keys for if you want to do Google or GitHub auth, you need to do all that. But actually, you need to do that with Clerk anyways.
Right.
Go to production at least. So, and I think these plus this is also just stored in the Postgres. Here, I like this menu. I have this billing, manage subscription, and this will go to Stripe.
Stripe. Yeah.
So that's pretty handy that they have all of that there. So, yeah, we've been here, been here. Yeah, so that's this. Anyways, I was just where I was going with this is basically like if I wanted to make something like that, I could of course I could download that and I could run it locally, or I could also open it in the sandbox and test it and deploy it there.
Hey, how would we import the whole thing in the sandbox? Like the whole source code?
It's a good question. So there's two things that we're thinking about. So either that could just be like a template on its own, or we can have GitHub integration,
Right.
or both. But so the idea with GitHub integration is that you would be working, the files would be synced onto a GitHub repository.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's great. I would actually prefer the GitHub integration because you could make a private repo and then sync it with the sandbox, and then we can work on that.
Yeah, so you can make a private repo. And so if you're making a Next.js project, that obviously makes a lot of sense. If
Yeah.
you're doing like a Python project, would you rather have a Git repos that you're accessing through Sandbox, or would you rather use Colab?
It depends if I'm working with, like, if it's teamwork.
Yeah,
I would prefer GitHub.
right. Because one of the downsides, the Colab is amazing. One of the few downsides is the version control.
Yeah.
like the version control, you're literally just every time you want to go back to see what changed, you're just wading through days and days of small, tiny changes
True.
to see what changed. So, um, yeah, okay. And there's one other thing with collaboration. If you share that sandbox screen again, so let's see. So if you'll go to your let's see. If you go to the top and you click on share.
Yeah, we would see this. Share sandbox. That's cool.
Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in and good night. Someone has just tuned in from Vietnam to say good night. Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Vietnam is a couple hours behind Pakistan, right?
Oh, wait, is it?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what you said.
Well, they said good night, right?
Yeah.
And
Wait, it's like 9:43 p.m. So it
yeah,
will be
yeah, that's 2. It is actually 2 hours behind. Yeah.
cool.
So, oh yeah. So, here's my. You know my. Do you know my email address? It's
Wait, type it down.
jamesmerta@gmail.com. Yeah. I should put this on Twitch as well. So, okay, cool. So yeah, this is really basic, but um,
Wait.
so it's shared there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Can you show the share screen again?
Wait, what screen?
No, can you just click on share again
Yeah, sure.
at the? No, not that. I meant the share within the sandbox.
Yeah, it's because the window is not. Wait, let me share again. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, it didn't work for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm using um maybe it's because I used Google OAuth. Um,
Oh, wait,
so
maybe I could share this link. Like, I see this.
okay,
I
you can
could,
try that.
yeah, I'll drop it in the stream.
Nope, that didn't work. We've noticed this before actually.
Right.
So I think that it's actually that I think it might be. I think it might just be something to do with. It says the email address is taken. All right, try doing here. I will give you a different email address to try.
Sure.
Try this one.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Does that work?
Let's see if that works. Yes. Okay, it works. Okay, so you can then close that share window,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's see here. Okay. So on my end, I just get in my dashboard, I just get that showing up. So you're in the.
Yeah, I
Can
see
you,
on the top. I see on the top.
so here I am. So can you open the preview up a bit more? Like so we can see the preview. All right, we have a dead battery here. But so anyways, actually on my own screen, I'm in the same project, and I can go to pages. There he is. Oh, no, he's gone. So here, on pages, and I think the terminal will not work unless the Sandbox owner has it open. Okay, he's coming back. Okay. So you're gonna get. So we have the next page is the default page in the templates. We have index.tsx, that's index.tsx. And then app.tsx is just a wrapper around that exports my app. So this one takes component and then page props. Okay, interesting. So my app just takes component, the component which is the app, and the page. So here you could insert, you could insert other things. Okay, and then app props come from next/app. Okay, which is just a type. We have this API here, which shows how we can make a. Hello, welcome back.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Do you still have the Sandbox open?
Yep.
Cool. Want to share it again?
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Okay, nice. So let's see.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I'm here as well. Now you're here. Now let's see what happens if you open a maybe a terminal.
Yeah, open the terminal.
I guess
Wait,
as
why did your blip go yellow instead of
well,
green? It was green.
it was green and now it's yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's weird because I'm an Airvolt. It should be green.
It's yellow now. Wait, can you like edit the code real time?
Yeah. So let's open a file. Open like the main dot. Yeah, that one. It's index.tsx, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then let's try this. So here, so I'm just gonna go to um, Burhan's personal homepage. Do you see it?
Um,
Do you see me here?
no, I don't. I don't.
Go to. Oh yeah. Okay. Welcome to Next.js. Oh yeah. Okay. So
Will that make change like after you save it or?
Hold up. Maybe I should try refreshing. Maybe when see now I'm red.
Yeah, it's right.
Possibly it's because
Wait, should I try refreshing?
yeah, try it. I don't know if it had to do with how your computer died. I'm really not sure about this. I see you as blue and you just stay blue. Wait,
Oh yeah, I see you now.
go back up to the welcome.
Oh yeah, I see. Welcome to Brand.
Okay. So do you
Try
see me
writing something. Yeah, I do.
there?
Wait, that's cool.
So we're actually have yeah. Okay, okay. So there's actually a bug here, which is almost working. But check this out. So um if I select welcome on mine, I'm selecting welcome. On yours, it's actually
Oh,
something.
styles. Yeah.
So let's see how many characters they shifted by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Interesting. So so that's the bug that we're having. What if you select welcome?
Yeah, let me do that. Wait, can you see it?
Yeah, so you've selected welcome. Now, if I go to mine, it's actually selecting. It's actually starting from the A in Burhan. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, it's actually the right side for you.
7. Yeah. Um, so it's actually 15 to the right. So and this is bug that we've actually been seeing. So if I change welcome here, or if I change Burhan to James, what's actually going to happen is yeah, it's really messed up. And then I can
Yeah,
undo it. If I just undid it,
and
but
yeah, it's at the wrong place. Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Hmm.
So so then that kind of breaks the whole thing. So that's bad. That should not happen. What
Wait,
if I
it's similar to. Wait, what was the VS Code extension? That actually works real time too.
yeah, VS Code live editing?
VS Code Live. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um so yeah, we need to debug that. Also the fact that it didn't work initially, I'm not sure if that's because you closed out when I was in it.
Yeah,
Cuz like you can when you're sharing with people, I'll show you what it looks like from mine.
yeah.
Um
I would love to see.
this is mine. Well, it looks the same. but um but the main difference here is that I don't have the ability to make terminals.
Oh,
What happens if you make a new terminal?
wait, let me try that. I just did.
Okay, so I don't see it. But if
Oh,
you,
okay.
but the preview might still work. I'm not sure. Something we need to test, but that's kind of minor right now. That's also stuff that we can change. That's not really a fixed thing. That's more just like an imposed limitation.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to try out today.
Hmm.
I'd be curious to hear your thoughts and first impressions.
Yeah, I actually love. I mentioned that before, but actually sharing that with like while you're working on the project and you're able to share that with your teammates, that's actually the best thing. Like you
So,
get the public. Wait, how do you even host it? Like the
this,
public URL? Yeah, yeah.
um, so we have two so like I said, there's like two kind of URLs. One is the preview and one is the deployment, right?
Hmm.
So you're talking about the preview or the deployment?
Uh, the deployment one.
Yeah, so the preview one is instant, which might work for what you're doing actually because it's instant, right? And that's kind of what you were doing with ngrok. The deployment it takes about 2 minutes to deploy, so about the same as for cell.
Right.
Um, and that one we're using something called Doku. Actually, let me open their GitHub. We're using something called Doku,
Doku. That's
and
a cool name.
yeah, it's like It's a Docker powered platform as a service that helps you build and manage the lifecycle of applications. So you should think of this as basically like it's a web host
Right.
that, but it doesn't come with a front end. So basically, what you do is you install this on a server, and then once it's installed, you have all these commands. Um, you have all these commands to actually just here to create apps.
Oh, it's an alternative to Heroku.
It is basically an open source Heroku
Heroku.
without the dashboard.
Right.
So basically, what we're our the sandbox is basically going to be the dashboard.
Hmm.
And what we do when you click that deploy button is we just make a call to our Docker server, create a
Hmm.
new app, and then push the files to Docker. Um,
That's cool.
and then Docker goes through the process of first detecting what type of app it is, because um, thing is, what's not totally obvious if someone's new to web development is that the commands that you want to use to deploy an app,
Hmm.
like yarn dev would be very different than the ones you want to use to test it. Like sorry, like yarn build, yarn start would be different than when you want to test it, like yarn dev.
Hmm.
Um, and with the old Gitwit that we made, we were just using the development. We were just hosting the development version, but
Hmm.
that made everything really slow when you wanted to share it with people. It would take like, and when you actually do production correctly, like this, like Doku, then the resulting app is really fast. Um,
That
so
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm trying to see if I have like an example of something that I've made recently. Well, yeah. Anyways, it loads in. They load in. This is just this is a Next.js app. Anyways, the point is that it's instant, as it
Hmm.
as it should be. Um, and this is a Streamlit one. You can just tell that it's loading faster than yours is loading.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Uh,
it should be a bit faster for the Streamlit, but for Next.js it should be a lot faster. For React.js it should be a lot faster.
Interesting.
So that's how we do that, and it was tricky to set up, but actually this was the one thing that was easier to set up than I expected. Um, it basically works, and then like I said, it detects the type of application in general. So if I want to, if we want to, we can put on Ruby, we can put on Rust. There's nothing stopping us from deploying those types of apps.
Interesting. Also, do you guys, if I see myself using this, I would, I would, I would want like a chat option
Uh-huh.
where that integrates with the whole code base. Because this is like, wait, how much context does this Copilot has? Like when you ask it to generate, is it like limited to just that file?
Hmm. So this Copilot is extremely limited. It's just using the existing file that you have,
Right.
and also just inserting code. So I think um, yeah. So tell me tell me how you're doing it now with Cursor.
Like how I generally use it, like how we use Cursor.
Yeah, and do you like that? Do you like the way that it works with Cursor?
Yeah, I actually do. Because the chatbot, you could actually use you could either use specific files or just the whole code base,
Hmm.
and it would actually take some time to read the stuff and like give more personalized suggestions. And yeah,
And do you
well,
select which files you want to add into the context?
I just add the whole code base. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. And
Oh, yeah.
have you noticed any limitations with that?
No, it's actually working pretty sweet. And the more fun part is like if you encounter problems, like coding errors, you could go to the terminal and you could right click on it to fix with Cursor AI, and then it actually takes the context again. So
Hmm.
it's fast and it's more like more user friendly. You could use it easily.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's try that another time. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
When do you what was I gonna say? What? How do you deal with No, I'll just you'll just show me when we use it. Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, we'll find a time to do that. That'd be super fun.
Looking forward to it.
Um, any other last thoughts or remarks?
Yeah, the chatbot thingy. I personally love the preview and the public deployment idea. And yeah, just more context to the Copilot. That would improve it.
And you would probably use it for React Next, Streamlit, or
Yeah,
anything else.
I would no, I would just generally use like personally I would use for use it for Next.js
Hmm.
because it requires more understanding of the code, and you could just use the whole code base.
Cool, nice. Well, we're working uh, on an AI co-pilot, on a real AI co-pilot. Um, don't know how long that will take to get integrated, but
Hmm.
because as you can see, there's a lot, you know. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's cool. Thanks a lot for trying it out.
you're welcome. It was fun.
Sweet.